What's up, everyone? I'm here with DC Unlimited Injustice Batman figure. Um, I don't really buy DC figures anymore. Well, Mattel figures because I don't know. Mattel just doesn't do it for me anymore. Their figures are, well, it's not the figures; it's the articulation they select is crap. It's just they need to go back to the superheroes line. Their articulation is better. Mostly because it had ankle rockers. But anyway, I finally picked this guy up only because my daughter wanted a Batman figure, and this is the only Batman figure that they have in stores. So I bought him, and of course I'll review him real quick. The detail on the guy, he's pretty nice. And the only reason they detail him up this much is because they took articulation away. Which, I mean, the DC Direct, not DC, well, DC collectible figures, they're more detailed but less articulated. But I don't know, like I don't mind their less articulation. These figures, I just still feel like I'm getting cheated. But anyway, like I said, he's got a lot of nice detail on him. The paint apps are pretty clean on him. All this armor and stuff like that. I tried to straighten out his ears because I can't stand that his ears point in. It drives me nuts. I heated them up. They stayed like this for an hour, and then they bent back in. And my daughter's outside yelling for me to fill up her water gun again. But anyway, I'm going to get to the articulation because that's like the main thing about this guy. His head turns left, right. It goes up a little bit down. I mean, it goes down pretty good, but up, left and right. I mean, it's a DCU head, He has pretty good shoulder articulation, He's got the bullet joint. He's got some big pieces of armor right there, so it's limited to that. He has no bicep. He has a single jointed elbow, but it's slightly different because it's not the normal DCU. It has the peg so it can twist at the wrist, or whatever hell you want to call it, forearm. Usually it twists up here, so when it's like this, you can twist it. So, I mean, if you don't have the bicep articulation, it kind of acts like bicep articulation, but they didn't do that. They just let it twist. And they have articulation here to twist it, and they have a hinge. Now, the hinge on the wrist is nice, only if the figures come with an accessory, like, a bow or something to throw. He comes with nothing, so I think the hinge on the wrist is worthless. I would rather have bicep articulation, or a better joint at the elbow so you can, go left and right with the arm, but whatever. He doesn't come on the waist, but he does have an ab cut, which lets you go left and right, no back and forward, there's no crunch, which, I mean, that's alright, I guess, but whatever. His hips are standard, out and in, back and forth, but very limited back and forth, but I guess enough. This is where it gets real retarded. He has a cut right above the knee, right? But the knee joint itself is sort of like the elbow. It's got a hinge, and then it lets it rotate. So what the hell do you need a lower thigh cut if you got your knee that turns left and right? That's just a waste of a cut. It's just stupid articulation. You pretty much have a midsection piece that just floats around. You can just turn it any way what you want. See, now it's reversed, and I have, that's the front of the leg. It's just dumb. It's completely dumb. And then you have your single, jointed foot back and forth, no rocker, which completely sucks because you always got to have your figure standing like this. Or if you do a wide leg split, he looks like he's just standing on his sides of his whatever. But other than the articulation, I think it's a great sculpt. Don't get me wrong, it looks nice. The paint looks nice. There's a lot of detail in the sculpt, a lot of paint apps on him. He's just not bland like most DCU figures, where it's just, leg muscle, calf, foot, used from every other figure, and a different head and maybe some different gloves. His cape is decent. It's nice and light. It's thin. It actually goes down really far, which most Batman capes stop like right about here, and I hate that. The sculpt on his face is pretty nice. The back of his head's kind of weird. It's got like that angle, like whatever. If they would have just did a little better art, like even put bicep and got rid of this stupid swivel at the leg. And if they just got rid of that and put it up here, this figure, I would have liked this figure a hell of a lot more. or if you came at least a Batarang, like so you could make them since you got that hinged wrist. It looks like I don't know, doing something, but I don't know. It's decent. It's all right. Not for $15, especially if you buy it at Toys R Us. It's gonna cost you $19.99 with tax. It's gonna cost like 21 something, almost $22. If you can find them on eBay for like $10 or lower, I'd recommend buying this guy, but not for full retail. I mean, if you're a huge Batman fan and you want every Batman figure, just go to the store and buy him. He's everywhere. This guy's a peg warmer. He's on everything. The Joker figure looks horrible. Superman I can care less about either. I only picked him up because he's Batman. The Injustice figures look like shit to me, to tell you the truth. Especially the Joker, it's horrible. But yeah, that is Batman. It was a little close-up of his face, so you can see that. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan on this mask either from Injustice. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But yeah. Batman from Injustice. Take it easy, guys. Get the game too, it's great.